Hello, and welcome onto this webinar, this free conference on tips on how to become an IBO. Thank you all for joining onto this webinar. If you could just type in your first and last name, or just your first name, not your first and last name, but your first name, and tell us where you are tuning in from. So the state or the city of where you are tuning in from, but we're going to allow some people to come on and then we're going to go ahead and get started. I am so excited to have you on. I am really excited that you have decided to take the step on becoming an IBO with a rise. I'm so excited for you. So we're going to wait for some people to come on and then we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and get started. Wait for some more people to come on. And if you can hear me, if you can hear the sound of my voice, type hashtag I'm ready. If you can hear me. If you can hear me, type hashtag I'm ready. Hashtag I'm ready. If you can hear me, type hashtag I'm ready. So I have some people typing hashtag I'm ready. If you can hear me, hashtag I'm ready. I see some people coming on. So we're just going to wait a few more seconds and then we are going to go ahead and get started. And as people are coming on, type hashtag future IBO if you are ready to get started. So you're going to type hashtag future IBO if you are ready to get started. Awesome. I see a lot of people who are ready and I see a lot of future IBOs coming on. I'm so excited for you all for taking this step. Awesome. So type in the chat, what made you come on to this conference? So what made you come on and show up and actually show up to this conference? Type that into the chat on what made you show up. What motivated you to come on? What motivated you to come on to this conference? So I want to welcome everyone onto this conference. Welcome future IBOs. Welcome future, because you are a future IBO. I speak that over you. You are a future IBO. You showing up telling me that this is something that you're interested in doing. Not only that you're interested, you're motivated and you're serious about becoming a business owner. You showing up tells me that you desire the better things out of life, that you desire the better things out of life, and that you want to be financially free, because it is a possibility. If you follow the steps, it's a possibility that you can be financially free. You can be financially free. And the best thing about being an IBO with the rise is that it's passive income. So you are pretty much hands off. You're pretty much hands off. So you may work 10% of the time, but it allows you to have passive income. So it just keeps coming and you're really not doing anything. So with that being said, I want to welcome you as a future IBO. Welcome you as a future IBO. So we are going to get right into it. So let's talk about my story. Let's talk about my story. So this was me 8 years ago, y'all. As you can see, I have my headset on, and I was actually working from home on this particular picture 8 years ago. But the only thing about this particular picture is that my schedule was still being controlled. So I was still not able to be free in a sense of being able to make my own schedule. But I was working from home, so that's what I was happy about in this particular picture. And of course, I had my family, but that's what I was happy about. But this picture was me working from home for a call center, and at this time, I was wanting more. I didn't want to work for anyone for the rest of my life. So I was a military spouse on this picture, just going through the motions, trying to survive. I was tired. I had got tired of working, making someone else rich. And I wanted more. And on this picture, I was pretty much fake smiling because I was happy, but I had a job. Of course, I was thankful for that. And the fact that I had my daughter right there with me, but I needed an exit strategy. So I needed an exit strategy. And at this time, I was going through a divorce from my ex. And I needed to provide for my 2 girls 8 years ago. And I knew at this time, I did not want to work for anyone else any longer. So this is where I found Arise. So if you're listening onto this conference, you may have already heard about Arise. Some people haven't heard about Arise and they just want to own their own call center. But whatever it is, Arise allowed me to work from home and to set up my own schedule and do what I love the most, which was taking calls and working in a call center. I did have experience working in a call center. I actually, at this particular time, I had maybe 5 or 6 years working in the actual brick and mortar. But when I heard about Arise, it gave me the flexibility to be able to work from home. So I went to the Arise website and started to register. But I noticed that when you go to their website, you can either register as a call center agent or as a call center. So I got curious and I was taken back on the fact that you can actually open, like I could actually open up my own call center because I know the potential income of what an actual call center makes right now. But I was taken back when I saw that I can actually operate my own call center, but I didn't know anything about opening up a call center, let alone operating one. So I started to join under a call center, but I didn't know which call center I wanted to join under and what the terms were, because each call center have terms. If once you're under Arise and under a call center, they have terms on what you would be doing. So I told myself I didn't want that. I didn't want that control. Once again, it took us back to control. So I saw the opportunity of starting my own call center 8 years later, and the rest is history. So this is me 8 years later with over 500 CSPs under my call center. I hire 5 to 10 people weekly under my call center. I was able to help others. So I was able to help other CSPs start their own call center. So you're probably wondering, okay, how was I able to get over 500 CSPs under my call center and counting? And the answer is having a system in place. You have to have a system with any type of business that you do. You have to have a system. So last year is when I thought of the idea to help other people open up their call center and help them learn my system. A lot of IBOs aren't doing what I'm doing, such as helping others to make money, because they will see you as competition, of course. But once you have reached a certain level of success, you have to share the wealth. And this is what I'm doing on today. It's all about helping others. And it's enough money to go around for everyone in the call center business, which takes me to the next slide on how of the people that I have helped in the past. So this is April. This is a picture of April on her vacation with her husband. She is enjoying life, the good life. April was actually one of my first students that I was able to help with starting her own call center. I don't know if she knew this, but I was able to help April step by step on how to start up her call center with Arise. I was able to help her with all the paperwork, back end things that she needed to start. I was able to help her with all the software that she needed to start. And I was able to help her, most importantly, this is the most important thing, and you probably want to write this down, is marketing your call center. Because one thing about owning any type of business, you have to know how to market your business. You have to know how to market your business. And the way you are going to make money with the call center is hiring the right people under your call center. So you have to hire the right people under your call center. Just like a job. Just like a job, your CSPs are the ones who is making you money. So just keep that in mind. But you want to get the right people. April still reached out to me on this day for advice on her call center and any questions that she may have about her call center. So April was one of my first students, and she's doing awesome. As you can see on this picture, she is enjoying life, and this is where you're able to have passive income, making money while you're on vacation, hands off. So my second testimony is Drika. When I first met her, she was an aspiring entrepreneur. She's a single mother of 2. So she's a single mother, y'all. So we got to give her kudos. She is a single mother. She's a teacher, and she was motivated about owning her own call center. And the thing about her, she had experience working in a call center. She just didn't know how call centers work, like how they made their money. So that's when I came into place and was able to help her set up her call center. I was able to help her step by step on how to manage her call center softwares that she needs. And most importantly, once again, on how to market her call center. Marketing is so important when you have a call center. You have to have the right people. And that's the main thing, besides other things that you will be doing as a call center. You have to know how to market the right people. Drika still reach out to me for advice today and tips on things she should do to continue to have her successful call center. The name of her call center is Limitless Call Center, and she is doing business as Take Charge. Take Charge, which I love that name. So let's talk about you and why you joined on this conference today. So maybe you are like how I was years ago and wanted more. Maybe you want to open your own call center or business. Maybe you want to make more money. You want an unlimited amount of income, because the potential for opening a call center with Arise is truly unlimited income. Arise allows us the opportunity to open up your own call center without the hassle of trying to secure clients. So the hardest part, if you were to not go outside of Arise, is actually securing clients. So Arise actually go in and secure the client. And what we do, all we have to do is set up our call center. So all we're doing is setting up our call center, and of course, getting the right people under our call center who's going to make our call center money. So Arise provide the clients for us, and all we pretty much do is set it up. So that's how Arise operates. So they're like the middleman with this. So maybe you were like me when I first started 8 years ago. I'm going to tell you the truth. I didn't know where to start. I didn't know anything about opening or operating a call center. I didn't know what paperwork I needed to gather so that I can start my call center with Arise. I knew nothing about 8 years ago. I knew nothing about starting a call center. I just knew I wanted to open up a call center. And I wanted CSPs working under my call center. So that was important to me. The thought motivated me to be able to do what I have to do to open up my own call center. Just the thought. I had been working in a call center for years. I would never thought that I would be able to open my own call center and have CSPs under my call center. But 8 years later, here I am hiring people to work under my call center. So I'm so excited that you were able to join on and find out some tips on how you can open and start your own call center and become an IBO with the Rise. Which brings me to the 5 tips that I'm going to give you on how to start your own call center. So if you can get out a pen and piece of paper, I don't know if you're on your phone, but whatever, get your notepads out. And I am going to get into the 5 tips. So it's going to be 5 tips on how you can start your own call center. 5 tips. These are some important tips. So when I get into these tips, take heed to the tips, because these are very, very important tips that's going to make you and have you look professional as a call center. A lot of people miss these tips that I'm going to give you. A lot of people miss these tips, and it plays a big part in your revenue and people trusting you. People trusting your call center. So the tips that I'm going to give you are very important. They're very important on the outside world and on the inside world. When they go to apply to your company, they want to make sure you're a reputable company, right? They want to make sure that you have everything, but how are they going to reach you if you don't have these 5 tips that I'm going to give you? These 5 tips are very, very important, y'all. So tip number one is you have to know how other call centers operate. You have to know how your competition, because they are your competition now that you're going to be starting your own call center. You have to know how they operate, how they're making money. Convergence, I worked for them not long, but I worked for them for less than a year. But they are a multi-million-dollar company, and they operate in different cities, different states. But they're a big. You may have heard of them if you're listening. You may have heard of Convergence, but they are our actual call center, and they make millions. Red Venture is another call center. They pretty much do sales though, but they are a $1 billion company. So they are located in my local city and state, but they are a $1 billion company, multi-billion-dollar company, the owner. And he's been doing it for years. So it's money to be made in the call center world, y'all. But you just have to know how you're going to make your money. How is your call center going to be set up for you to be able to make money? You have to know how these other call centers are making money, how they're set up. So, which brings me to tip 2. Tip 2 is very, very important as well. Tip 2, you have to know how they're set up. So how they're set up. So if they're set up in the proper perspective, because they're making millions of dollars, billions of dollars, as Red Venture is making. So they're set up. So basically the way a call center is set up, you have to have customer service representatives. They're your money makers. I know it sounds crazy, or bad me saying that, but your CSPs are your money maker. So you have to focus on quality CSPs when you are hiring. You have to focus on quality CSPs when you are hiring people. So with that being said, I'm a numbers person. So get your calculators out and we're going to do some numbers, because if you're going to go into business, you need to know how you're going to profit. So how are you going to profit as a call center? How are you going to profit as a call center? This is so, so important. So get your calculators out. I want to let you see the potential once you open up your call center, the potential of how much money you're going to make. So this is very important. So get your calculators. I'm going to give y'all a couple of seconds, maybe 5 seconds to get your calculators, and we're going to calculate Let's calculate for 10 if you were to hire 10 call center representatives under your call center. And the reason I'm saying 10 is because I want you to see the potential just of 10 people under your call center. So get your calculators out, and we're going to go ahead and get into it. So basically, a call center makes money. Big call centers make money, like Convergence and Red Ventures. They make money one way. They hire 50 to however many 50 plus CSPs. Okay. And what they do once they hire them, they get a contract with the CSP, right? They get a contract with the CSP, and the contract states, okay, this is how much I'm going to pay you. So your call center would do the same thing. So with your 10 CSPs that you're going to hire starting off, you're going to say, okay, I'm going to pay you this much. Just for example, we would say we're going to pay them $10 an hour. Okay. So we're going to say we're going to pay your CSPs, you're going to pay $10 an hour. But Arise, which is the actual platform that we're going to be using to open up our call center, Arise may pay your call center $16 an hour for, quote unquote, Apple. I'm just using a company name. So Apple is paying your call center $16 an hour. But you just told your CSP you're going to be paying them $10 an hour. And this is legal because you're going to have a legal document stating that, you're paying your CSP $10 an hour. Arise has the contract with you saying that they're going to pay your call center $16. I want you to catch this. So if your CSP, you already said you're paying them $10 an hour, your CSP is working 30 hours a week for Apple. Okay. So $10 an hour times 30 hours. That's $300 a week times 4. That's $1,200 a month. $1,200 a month on one CSP now. One. So that's time we say you have 10, you just hired 10 people. So we're going to times that by 10. So we're at $12,000 a month. So that's off 10. So you do the numbers if you were to hire 10 more people. So that's times it by 2. That's $24,000 if you have 20 CSPs. And so you see how Converges and you see how Red Ventures are multi-million-dollar companies, especially if they have 50 plus CSPs under their call center. So for me, the math makes sense, especially you're not going to have an overhead. Everything that you have, like as far as your overhead, which is your home, because you're doing it from home. You don't have to have an office. You're doing everything from home. So you're not having to worry about an overhead office or anything. My overhead is less than $200 a month. So with that being said, you're doing everything from home. It's passive income. You're doing the numbers. So you're doing nothing but profiting. So the numbers make sense for me. I know they make sense for you. So we're just going to continue on step number 3. Step number 3 is basically you definitely need a website. So you will be operating virtually. Virtually means that you won't have a storefront. And the way Arise is set up, they are set up as a virtual website. So the virtual on their application process, they state, okay, this is a work from home job. So you're actually working from home. Your CSPs are working from home. So they're not going to be able to see you or anything. So the only thing they have to go off is your website. So you definitely have to have a nice website. Do not, and I repeat, do not get a website without a domain name. So a domain is basically your web address. So my domain is www.lifeisgreatcallcenter.com. So it's lifeisgreatcallcenter.com. Your domain may be abccallcenter.com or takecharge.com, but that's a domain. So basically you can get a domain through GoDaddy or Wix, but that's just the domain. So you also need to get an actual website, a hosting website. So the website, GoDaddy and Wix provide the same. They provide hosting for your domain. So the actual domain is the name of the actual web address, and then the website is just everything that's on your website. So you need to get 2 of those. You need to get, 1, so to be your domain and your website. And you can go ahead and reserve that now. So because if you want the name, so if you know you want your website to be abccallcenter.com or 123callcenter.com, you can go ahead and reserve the domain even if you don't launch your website. Which brings me to tip number 4. Tip number 4, you do have to have a professional address. So you do have to have a professional address, email address, shall I say, a professional email address. This is important now. You have to have this. This is so important. People don't take you serious if you don't have certain things. So if you're advertising on your website, Gmail's abccallcenter@gmail.com, that really do not look professional. And I'm all about professionalism. And I'm all about people, when they go to my stuff, they're going to look and see, okay, this is a real company, and this is how you want to look as well. You want to look like a real company, which you are a real company, but people don't take you serious if you're using Gmails. So if you are, you have to think of a millionaire mindset. If your mindset as a millionaire using a Gmail, that doesn't make any sense. So make sure you get a professional email address. I get my professional email address through Wix. So you can do Wix or you can do GoDaddy. I personally preferably like Wix because they have everything in one. I don't have to do any connecting or anything. So if you do choose for your professional email, if you do choose for your domain and your website, get everything through one. So if you get a professional email through GoDaddy, get your website through them and your domain. And if you get your professional email through Wix, make sure you get your website and your domain through Wix. Get everything through one, so that way it's easier to connect your domain to your website, and it's easier just to go ahead and connect your professional email to each website. So tip number 5. Tip number 5 is having a professional number. So this is very important as well. You need to have a professional telephone number. And the reason I'm saying this is because when you initially set up your call center, people are going to be calling you. They're going to want to inquire about the job that you just posted. They're going to inquire, say, how do I apply for this company? Or how do I apply to your company? With that being said, you don't want to give out your cell phone number. You want to have something that you want to have an actual professional number that you can control. So with Google Voice, it's a free option. And I encourage everyone to get Google Voice for your call center. But it's a free number that you get, but you can put it on your hours of operation. You can put it on Do Not Disturb after 6 o'clock or whatever your hours of operations are. So after 6 or 7 o'clock at night, it's on Do Not Disturb. So if they call, they'll be routed directly to the voicemail. So they'll be routed directly to the voicemail. And when you wake up and you are ready to open, you will put it on, take off Do Not Disturb on your phone, on your Google Voice number, and you can start taking calls. So this is what you would need when people are calling, because you will not believe people will call you all times of night. And especially if they're on different time zones. And I'm thinking the mindset of a millionaire. So your mindset should be thinking of the mindset of a millionaire, which means in order for that to happen, you need to be national. So on a national level, if you're on a national level, they're going to be in different time sets. So make sure you get a professional number, since you would be operating on a national level. RingCentral is a good paid option. You probably can get a RingCentral number. Basically, with the RingCentral number, you can get, starting off with RingCentral, I think it's like under $40 a month, but it's totally optional. You don't have to do RingCentral, but that's another option. It gives you that whole time when you're on the phone or when someone's calling, they get that whole music, which I love. And then they can, if they want to speak to you versus, or whoever, like your customer service rep, because I have a support team, so they can be routed to her or they can be routed to me by extension. So that's important to know. So there are 3 types of people that I run into when I get ready to do an IBO training. I have done several IBO trainings, and with that being said, I do run into people who currently work with Arise already, and they just don't want to. They want more. They want their own call center. So with that being said, if you are currently working with Arise, type in #team work from home. So if you are currently working with Arise, type in team or hashtag team work from home. If you are currently or have a call center experience, type in hashtag future IBO. So another person that I do encounter when I'm doing the IBO trainings and who they want to have their own call center, I run into people who know nothing about Arise. They've probably heard about them, but they don't really know anything about it. And they just want to own their own call center. It's the easiest way, less money to start. And that's another person I run into. So if you are that person, type in hashtag future IBO. So the next person I run into is people who have already have an IBO. They already have an IBO. They already have a call center with Arise, and they just want to know how to properly run their call center. So even if you have get all your paperwork and everything, you still have to know what to do. You have to know. So if you are already an IBO, type in hashtag current IBO. Current IBO hashtag current IBO. So just imagine, and this is what I did, and this is what motivated me 8 years ago. Just imagine that you can be operating and making money like bigger call centers, except you will have a low startup and nearly no overhead. That's a win-win situation. For me, it was a win-win situation. It just made sense as a business entrepreneur. You don't have any low overhead, low startup. Just imagine, and you're making money on the levels of Converges, Red Ventures, Sykes. And it's possible. Imagine passive income where you are 10% hands-on, only 10% hands-on with your business, where you aren't hardly doing any work and you have others making money for you. So just imagine having passive income where you're 10% hands-on and others are making money for you. Just imagine that. Passive income where you are 10% hands-on, only 10%, the other 90% other CSPs are working for you. Just imagine that. Which brings me to you. The fact that you came on to this conference tells me that you are ambitious and you are motivated to make money. You are smart and that you are a risk taker. You have to be a risk taker in any type of entrepreneur, any business startup. You have to be a risk taker. You desire more out of life and you have the mindset of a millionaire. So in order for you to accomplish your goals as starting your own call center and setting up your own call center, you definitely need a coach with experience, a coach who has experience with helping other people open up their own call center. You need step-by-step instruction on how to set up your own call center. So you just can't go in and just do something. You need step-by-step. You need a manual. You need to know step by step on how to set up your own call center. You need the tools to succeed in this business. So it's different types of businesses out there, but as a call center, it's certain tools that you're going to need to succeed in this type of business, which is a call center business. And then you will also need instruction on a proven marketing system that will allow you to hire individuals under your call center on a monthly or weekly basis. So even if you just set up your call center right now without anything, you definitely need a marketing system. When I say proven, this marketing system that I use every day. I use this marketing system every day to hire individuals under my call center. And this is on a weekly basis, but depending on how motivated you are, you can do it on a weekly basis or a monthly basis, depending on how much time that you have. So I created an IBO online self-paced training, which is video-based. In module one, in module one of this training, you will be setting up the back end of your business, which is basically setting up everything outside of Arise. Module two goes into actually setting up your business with Arise. Module three goes into your responsibilities as an IBO. So you have responsibilities as an IBO. What do you need to do? What do I do in this particular situation? This happened with my CSPs. My CSP, she can't make it to training. What do I do? These are the things that you would need to know as you are running your call center. Module 4 goes into segmenting the different ways you can make money with Arise. So with having your own call center, we talked about having the different ways that you can make money once you hire people under your call center, and how these multi-million dollar companies, how they are making money. And you can make money the same way, but it's other ways in addition to that as well. So module 3 goes into the software needed. So you definitely need software to run your call center. It's certain systems that you're going to need as an IBO with Rise. So I get into that. I talk about that, and all this is step by step. Module 6 goes into how to properly market your call center to constantly have CSPs rolling in. Remember, we talked about the fact that you can have a call center and it's not doing anything. And I know a lot of people right now who have call centers and they're not doing anything towards marketing their call center because they don't know how. It's not the fact that they don't want to, they don't know how. So I get into that. And the last module, which is module 6. And then I also have Facebook support. So with any type of training, you're going to need support. You are not doing this alone. And that's why I will be your coach in Facebook support. In the Facebook support, any questions that you may have, and most of the time, the questions that you're going to be able to ask, other people are going to need those same questions inside of the Facebook support group. So with that being said, you will have the IBO online course. The IBO online course is a private group, and it will only be for members. It will only be for members who are taking the online course. And then you will have chat support. So chat support will be on our website. So on chat support, it will be open for you to be able to chat. So the course is actually on our website. So while you're on the website taking the course, you will be able to have chat support and chat with someone on if you have questions about this module, or I have a question about this particular module. I have a question about module 1, like what do I do, where do I go, that kind of thing. So you'll have chat support on our website. So support when you're taking any type of course is very important, because even if I give you the tools, you definitely still will have questions. So that's why I have so many support avenues that you will be able to have. So you'll have the Facebook support, and then you'll have the online chat support on our website. And then you will also get a 30-minute one-on-one consultation with me. So you'll get a one-on-one consultation with me. During this consultation, we can talk about anything that you want to talk about. I would definitely be interested into knowing what your financial goal would be with your call center, like how much you're looking to make, and then I can give you an outline on how you can reach your goal. So the IBO training online course, this IBO online training course, the value is $3,250. That's the value of all of the modules, the trainings, the setup, the paperwork needed, the chat support, the online support, and the one-on-one consultation with me. But for today only, you can get this course for $497. You can also do the 3 payments of, if you can't pay the full amount, you can do 3 payments of $165 over a 3-month period of time. If you pay the $165 today, you will still get access to the course on today. So you can actually go to our website to actually pay. And then once you are at our website, you can pretty much see everything that we're doing as a call center as well. But the actual IBO training course is located on our website. So everything is located on our website. And the only way you will have access to the course is if you are actually a member. So you have to be a member in order to have access. But everything is on our website, which is www.lifeisgreatcallcenter.com. So it's www.lifeisgreatcallcenter.com. So back to the 30-minute one-on-one consultation with me. This consultation is only if you sign up for today. So if you sign up for today, you will get the consultation. If you sign up, after the 24 hours, you will not get the consultation, but this is only for if you were to sign up today. So you get the 30-minute consultation. Normally my consultations are done via Zoom video, or we can do face-to-face video chats. But you get that one-on-one consultation, whatever type of support that you have. We can do phone consultation, and we also can do Zoom video or Skype, whatever fits you for that consultation. So like I said, you can get the course value. Going back to the course value, with the course value, you are getting the 6 modules. You are getting module 1, setting up the back end of your actual business. You have to, know the type of paperwork to set up. You also need to know setting up your business, how to set up your business. I go into detail, step-by-step instruction. This is video-based. So this is, everything is video-based and step-by-step. You also need to know in module 3, your responsibilities as a IBO with Arise, what to expect with them. Module 4 goes into segmenting the different ways you can make money. Module 5 goes into all the software tools that you're going to need to run your call center. And module 6 goes into how to properly market your call center to constantly having CSPs. And that's the main, out of everything, the main thing is number 6, because module 6 is that's the money making part. So you also will have Facebook support. So you're going to have that Facebook support for me to be able to answer any questions that you have. And then most importantly, that instant chat support. So out of the support too, you can use either or, the Facebook support or the chat support on our website. And like I said, for today only, you can get a 30-minute one-on-one consultation with me. That's only if you sign up within the next 24 hours. So this course, like I said, is valued, with everything I just talked about, is valued at $3,250. But for today only, you can get the course for $497. You can do the 3 payments if you can afford the $497, or you just want to do the 3 payments. You can go ahead and pay the $165 today and pay over 3 months. And the course that you'll be able to access is at our website. You can go ahead and sign up on our website. So you can actually go to our website, which is www.lifeisgreatcallcenter.com. So it's www.lifeisgreatcallcenter.com. You can go to that particular website and you can sign up on the website. Once you sign up, you have instant access to everything that you're going to need to run your call center. And don't forget about the one-on-one consultation with me. So after you have signed up, you will go to this website. So it's important, once you sign up, make sure you write this website down or put it in your phone. You can do it right now. But the training, so the actual online self-paced course training, is on our website, which is www.lifeisgreatcallcenter.com. So if you have any questions, feel free to, you can email us, or you can send us a message on the chat support. So on the chat support on our website, if you have any questions in general about the course, or how to make a payment or whatever, you can visit us on our website for any questions. So I want to thank you all for watching, and have a blessed one.